I'm single. For me is what I tell females now. I'm looking for someone to partner with, not someone to sponsor.
Right.
In LA, you know, that means a lot. You know,
for me,
it's a lot of sponsorships right here.
And for me, I need you to bring something more to the picnic than your appetite.
Absolutely.
Bring utensils, bring napkins,
something.
Even if you're bringing tater salad that Becky cooking, it's not even good.
Right.
They got grapes in it.
Something.
Just bring something.
Right.
And so for me, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough because you're like, hey, do you like me for me, or you like me for the
TV, the opportunity?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough. And so,
Yeah. LA is, again, we got 3 single older men here in LA. It's not like any other city when it comes to the dating scene. It just ain't.
And we are plenty. They try to say that there's no good ones out there. I would consider myself a good man. And if I had to vouch for 2 good men, I would vouch for you 2 guys.
Well, thank you, buddy.
On the real. That ain't just me just throwing no sugar stuff over here either. I'm just being real. If somebody like say, well, do you have any single guys? Now that I know you're really single, depending on who they are, I may give them a recommendation. I'm like, yo, you know what? Turn on.
Wait. You didn't hear him say depending on who they are. So basically, if they tight and he like them, he gonna go in first.
He got first deal.
No. I'm gonna be looking out for you. But if I know that they on some bull jive,
they get the bull jive.
That's what I'm saying. See, I just gave him a comment. He want to try to throw me on the
No. But I will say I kind of got my eye on someone right now.
There you go. Okay.
But we gonna see where it goes.
Go work it out.
We're gonna see where it goes.
But does that person know that you have your eyes on them?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, cool. Okay.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, because you said you got your eye on them. They may not know if you really got your eyes on them.
But the number one thing is that she has her own.
Yo, yes. Bringing something to the table.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
Bring something to
Look,
the table.
I don't care. Look, if we try to get 30 cents and I got to have a quarter and you only got a nickel, we good.
We good. Yeah.
But don't let me have to go the whole 30 cent on my own and then somebody we good. No, we not good.
Right.
We not good.
What? You ain't lying.
So and that's where I am. But look, I said, it's hard to be in this situation because I'm almost 52 and to start all over again. It's tough because I was in a relationship for a decade.
Wow.
And, moved out here, and shortly after I moved out here, it ended. And so, I took a year and a half, almost 2 years off. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't date anything because it was tough. And people, look, for me, if you're in a relationship and it doesn't hurt when it ends, you didn't give a damn.
It wasn't anything.
Yeah. So for me, it was tough. And so putting yourself, and I'm unlike some people, like all women are this. No, all women is not that.
Right. And all men aren't this.
Exactly. You take a bad situation, but I'm willing to make myself vulnerable again. A lot of people, once you become vulnerable, because that's the only way you can fall in love. You got to be able to be vulnerable.
Yep.
And for me, I'm willing to make myself vulnerable.
There you go.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So in this video, I wanted to discuss some comments that Shannon Sharpe made in an interview that he did recently with a podcast called Get Your Popcorn Ready, hosted by Terrell Owens and Hatch. So let's get into this. All right. So apparently it looks like Shannon Sharpe, it seems like he's tired of financially supporting, or at least having to financially support, the women that he's dating. It seems like there's some issue when it comes to money. And it seems now that he's going through what he's going through in this previous relationship that lasted about 10 years. Now he has got some clarity, and he wants the woman to bring something to the table besides her appetite. And of course, the number one thing is that she has her own. So she got to have something. All right. So Shannon Sharpe ain't going to be building a sister up. You know how they like to, when the women ask him for this, it's like, oh, you should build with him. You should help him get established. You should build a brother up. I wonder, will he get shamed for that? But even a more important question, particularly for the black women out there who may be interested, is like, is Shannon Sharpe checking for black women at all? It could be he's just open to whatever, or it could be he's just open to non-black, or it could be perhaps he's open to, exclusively black. Who knows? But that's something that, the black women have to, be aware of. But back to this, though. So he, again, seems like he's seemingly fed up with having to financially support the women that he's with. And I remember Kanye West kind of making some sort of a statement like that when he got with Kim Kardashian. Because, Kim Kardashian, she does have money. She got her own money. She got her own thing going on. And you can say that. And basically, he wanted to be with a woman where she could buy him, fancy, extravagant, expensive gifts. Not just he being the only one buying fancy, extravagant, expensive gifts. All right, just saying. But this does bring up something, which is, from the way I've been hearing it, I thought that black men had so many different options. I thought all women wanted, big black chocolate Kangs and BBC. So why is Shannon Sharpe having a problem like this? And by the way, Shannon Sharpe is a swirler. He dates interracially. That's why I mentioned this. And really, this is just more proof about the reality for black men who do date interracially. It's something that you really got to be aware of as far as like your rank. And in the podcast, Terrell Owens said that he's a good man. And I'll just throw that question out there for the women, or this question, do the ladies, what do the ladies think about that? Do you agree with that? But I do think that this situation that Shannon Sharpe finds himself in is somewhat common. Once you get taken for a ride financially, so to speak, and you invested so much in a relationship financially, and seemingly there's no payoff for it, or a little to no payoff for it. But, I do think that an inconvenient truth for some black men is that, black men's best dating and marriage options and biggest wins are with black women, not non-black women. In Blackistan, Shannon Sharpe is considered high value and high quality, partly because the bar is set so low, and also because the pickings are so slim. And, not to say that Shannon Sharpe doesn't offer anything. He does. He has money. He got fame. There are women who would be going crazy over his looks. Making a big deal about him being dark skinned. But, I'll say if Shannon Sharpe is looking specifically for a non-black woman, then he will definitely be sponsoring her. Like, non-black women ain't so quick to financially partner with a black man and to, be building a brother up. That's not so much. It's not saying that it never happens in the whole wide world and, throughout the history of the universe, but not so quick. Those women are looking for a come up, not to help a brother come up, and especially not to be the come up for a brother. Now, again, I'm sure there's a few examples out there that says otherwise, but typically speaking, that seems to be how it boils down to. So even with Shannon Sharpe, having his celebrity, having his money, you know, like that status in Blackistan that he has, it doesn't transfer to other communities. Like other communities, not saying that Shannon Sharpe would probably be considered a nobody, but it wouldn't be as big of a deal. And also him being black would be a strike and a demerit against him. That would be something that his money and his fame would have to compensate for. Again, this is how other communities do it. You know, and this is why you see so many famous and even non-famous black men end up dating down when they get with non-black women. I'm talking about dumpster diving. You know, dumpster diving in Krakistan, dumpster diving in Hispanistan, you know, dumpster diving in Asiatistan. You know, very much, you know, being well acquainted with the dumpsters of different groups and communities, right? And a lot of times these dudes, as a consequence, end up, if they got money anyway, end up getting got for child support and got for alimony and be having to do courtroom battles to make sure that they can keep what they established for themselves. And, you know, some of the women be trying to get half of what they got, what the dude got. Like Dr. Dre is going through that with his wife. And I think that's just the most recent one. There's been other instances of this too, but that's just the most recent one that comes to mind. Yeah. But, you know, on the flip side, Shannon Sharpe could do very well dating within the community, whether, you know, color struck or not. You know, although I think Nicole Murphy did curve him, but she's not really like high value or high quality outside of having features that color struck black men like and gravitate toward, you know. So I don't really think that was like a missed opportunity, really. And, you know, discussing this situation with Shannon Sharpe makes me think of the YouTuber who, you know, went viral for criticizing a single black dark-skinned mother with one child who's about 35 years old and makes 6 figures. The YouTuber who did this has the initials KS. You know who I'm speaking about. So this situation makes me think of the YouTuber KS. And I was thinking, like, you know, would KS tell Shannon Sharpe that his standards are too high? That he's asking for too much? You know, and both Shannon and KS are in their 50s. And KS did say that he has to, you know, beat off the 20-year-old women with a stick because so many of them, you know, want to be with him. So many of them are just hollering, trying to get with him. You know, and personally, you know, perhaps that could be his individual situation. I don't think it's 100% true to life and reality, but maybe perhaps that is his individual situation if we want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I will say generally, I don't think the high value or even many low value 20-year-old women are really checking for the 50-year-old man on average, outside of trying to get money, trying to get, you know, some resources, some stability, you know, a sugar daddy, you know. And, you know, I just don't think that the high value 20-year-old women are going to be looking at these, you know, the 50-year-old men as options, you know. And if they do, it's definitely like the last ditch effort option. But again, they're 20 years old. They have a lot of dating options. They could date dudes that are like their age, date dudes that are like maybe 5 years older, maybe even 10 years older, you know. And also, when it comes to like marriage and children, which those 20-year-old women may end up wanting at one point or another, like, I don't know if those 50-year-old men are going to be able to offer them, you know, being great fathers for their kids. And even still, would those men want to, like, quote unquote start over, especially if your children are grown and you are really liking being an empty nester, you know? So I'm just, because of the big age difference, I think there's going to be, I don't think much is going to come from this relationship dynamic. But I do feel like KS would be, I feel like he would try to find realistic options that would work for Shannon Sharpe. Like, I, just don't see him throwing Shannon Sharpe to the wolves. Like, he would try and find something. And I think partly because he may see himself reflected in Shannon Sharpe in some way. And perhaps being able to empathize with him, at least at some point or another. One way or another. I don't think he would be, nearly as quick to throw Shannon Sharpe to the wolves as he did the woman who went viral. Right? And, do I think Shannon Sharpe will die alone because his standards are too high? No, I personally don't. I think he can find what he's looking for, at least within the Black community, within the Black dating sector. And I feel like if that's what he's looking for, women to come with something and be willing to be partners and to, collaborate, build, or whatever, or help do that, I feel like Black women are going to be his best options. His odds of finding the woman he wants will be the best of the best with Black women, and the darker she is, the more likely he's going to be able to find that option, But again, Shannon Sharpe is a swirler. He could be color struck as well. So I'm not sure if, while the darker skinned women can check his checkbox when it comes to the finances, the financial part, are they able to check it when it comes to, the type of woman that he wants his woman to look like? But, perhaps Shannon Sharpe may be open, Maybe he's not color struck. Maybe he's just, a bit more of a multiculturalist, But he is one of those, like, I guess, low-key, like, pro-Black multiculturalists, in an interracial relationship, I'd be talking to pro-Black and the Black talk, And then I know some folks gonna come through and be like, it don't matter who you with. It don't matter. You can be pro-Black and date outside the community. There's no big deal. Y'all need to stop being so jealous. Y'all need to stop being so bitter and angry. That's why we don't like you now. That's why we don't checked out a Black stand too. But we pro-Black with it still. And really it's pro-Black men, because really the issues that they talk about more often tend to center and circle back to Black men's issues, which is really why they're speaking on it. If it affected primarily Black women, and definitely exclusively Black women, they wouldn't be so quick to speak on those issues. It's just, ain't my problem, right? But they speaking on their problems though, right? And will shame you when you don't want to support them speaking on, advocating for them while being with non-Black or dating non-Black. Like they want to have your support, even if they ain't really with you. And then they'll shame you when you want to withdraw support and not support, and have standards on what who you support or cape for or whatever you want to call it. You will get shamed for that, and then it'll be like, oh, it's about the bigger picture. You hear that thrown around too. Oh, the issue is bigger than this. Oh, you got sons, you got brothers. Ain't you with a black man? Don't you care about your black king you with too? Oh, you an evil black woman. You just out for self. Selfish. That's why no black man wants you now. But so I say all that to say, well, one more thing I do want to say. Here's an idea. Maybe Shannon Sharpe and the dark-skinned lady who called up to KS's live stream show, maybe they can, get together somehow. She does have something. She's not coming to the table with just nothing. But folks may be saying, well, she a single mama. Single mamas don't deserve love. They don't deserve options. They deserve the dirt. They deserve the dust. They deserve me. But, just an idea, though, to throw out there. What do you guys think about that? But I'm going to bring this video to a close. I don't want to go on for too long, but I just wanted to come through and just share this with you all and see what you think about this. What do you guys think about, the situation that Shannon Sharpe and Terrell and Hatch are speaking about? Let me know in the comments section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now. And one more thing, I probably should have said this like way earlier in the video as a disclaimer, but I'll say, ultimately, Shannon Sharpe has the right to be with whoever he wants to be. Like, I'm not trying to police anybody and who they with or whatever. I'm just kind of speaking on the issue and using this as an example to have something to reference when I'm speaking on the issue. Really, I don't care. It don't really affect me. Perhaps I can care on behalf of the black women it may affect, but even then, I'm like, the black women are probably like, whatever. At least some of them are. There's some that probably would be affected by it. And as well, even more importantly, I hope that Shannon Sharpe is able to find, the woman that he's searching for. And if he does end up with a black woman, I definitely hope he will be able to offer her a lot and not want to, be on some like 50-50 type stuff, going Dutch type stuff, being able to really offer the black woman the best that he's with, because of the sounds of it, it sounds like, he really is searching for like, love and a soulmate, someone to go the mile with. I don't know if he's really looking for the marriage aspect of it. So that's something that maybe, I guess the black women probably should be a little, cognizant of. But perhaps there are some older black women out there that may not want marriage either because she's like, been through that, done that. She just want a long-term relationship with a high quality, high value black man. And perhaps it could work for her. But for the black women out there, y'all want Shannon Sharpe to come back home. Y'all want him to see the light. Come back to the chocolate queen. Would y'all be willing to accept Shannon Sharpe? I'm sure there's some black women out there that will. So yeah, I guess I'm pushing black love. I'm pushing the black love agenda. But this time it's being pushed on the black man going back to the black woman. So there's a bit of difference there. But thank you for watching. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.